time. For months, I could not get it under control. First step to recovery. Oh my god, look at this highlighter. I'm like in the middle of talking about a really deep topic. Slay, look at my highlighter. Get the frick out of me. I feel like I sound like I've come back as a nut job. Girls, I get it. $400. I see a huge transformation in my body. Oh, I've already cleansed my face. I got this random face cleanser from a Japanese store. It's just a collagen face cleanser. Yeah. And I followed up with my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, which is one of my favorite moisturizers. And then lastly, for skincare, I like to follow up with the Tinted Ulta MD. It's just like a tinted sunscreen. I did just get this because every other celebrity, guru, gorgeous model uses this. I don't regret it. It makes my skin look really good. I am trying to get slightly more into like taking care of my skin, as in like anti-aging, since I did turn 20. I know I'm still a baby, but you can never be too young to start skincare. I feel like I'm not trying to do anything intense though, because I did hear that if you use all those like crazy anti-aging products whilst you're really young, it tends to like have less of an effect when you get older. So I'm trying to save all that stuff for when I'm like, what, in my like late 20s. For now, I feel like just protecting my skin with a sunscreen. An SPF is good enough, so. Number 1, skincare. Makeup time. I feel like I used to do makeup videos all the time. Makeup was honestly what I started with. That was like my thing. And the only reason why I really cut back and like rarely started posting makeup videos was because I felt like all my tutorials were very repetitive. I kind of just found the products that worked for me and stopped switching them up. And I felt like you guys were saying this is like the same thing. Like I like kind of stopped doing makeup tutorials, but now I've like slowly incorporated new products, but you'll see a lot of stuff is honestly the same. I find my products I like and I kind of stick to it, so you'll see. So because this is tinted, I usually find that if I'm going for a natural daily basis makeup, or like even for castings, I won't put on foundation just because this is tinted and I feel like on a good skin day I really don't need it. But I am about to go out and take some Instagram pictures and I want to go to an event, so like I want a little extra coverage, so I'm gonna put on some foundation. But this is still a pretty natural foundation. It's the Dior Backstage Face and Body. I use shade 2.5N. I've had this for a while and it's like honestly one of my favorites, and I feel like for Dior it's not that expensive. Like, a lot of foundations are like $60–70 these days. Makeup is so expensive and I feel like this is only around like $30–40. I might have this wrong. It's been like a year since I bought it. I really love this foundation. I honestly find it blends in better with my fingers. I already went in for the beauty blender now. Yeah, most of the time I will actually blend this in with my fingers. I've honestly really been getting into makeup a lot more at the moment because, as we know, I went into my little 6-month hibernation period, and as I've been slowly like coming out of my shell again, feeling a lot more confident and just feeling like myself again. Honestly been loving doing my makeup, getting ready, going out, seeing what looks good on me. The one thing I will never take out of my routine and that I'm still always going to be obsessed with are my Charlotte Tilbury wands. I love the contour, the blush, and the highlighter. I ran out of my contour stick, so this is the contour stick I've also been loving at the moment. It's from a brand called Merit. I went into Sephora one time and I'd never heard of this brand, but I started testing out a bunch of products and spent like $200 on just a bunch of Merit makeup. I bought this brush to go with it. I have an event to go to after this with Erica Costell and VDM The Label, which if you don't know, VDM is the brand that I walked for in Swim Week last year. So I'm really excited to see them again. I really want to go to Swim Week again this year because I had such a fun, amazing time last year and it was just such a great experience. I felt like a badass walking down there. Like 14-year-old India, 11-year-old India, 8-year-old India knew that I would be like walking a runway, walking alongside of other models that I've like been following for years. She would just be so shook. I'm just very proud of myself. So for eyebrows, I've been using this product for years. I've honestly had this I think since I was like 13 or 14, which is kind of gross, and I use this every day. That's the crazy part too, is I've used this every day since I was like 14. I still have product left and it's tiny. Like I've used the same brush. If you are an OG subscriber, like you might have seen this in vids before, but I'm gonna do my eyebrows off camera. I just hate doing that on camera. I'll be back when I have some slugs on my face. Oh. Okay, slugs are on. Back to face makeup. I love this Charlotte Tilbury wand in Pinkgasm. Just my fave. I've been going to quite a few events lately and I always go by myself. I feel like it's also really helping me kind of come out my shell a little bit more. I kind of want to talk a little bit more about this 6-month period, little isolation stage that I went through. This is the Goldgasm. So I've like talked a little bit about it before, so I'm not gonna bore you guys and go off too much again. I wanted to talk more about like the positives and how I've really brought myself out of my shell again, and like how I feel like I've gotten much better, because I'm sure there are other people that are going through what I was going through. Maybe this will help. So first of all, I want to say that I posted an advice video. It's just like all the things that I wish I could tell myself, and it's things that I've learned over the past few years, but also a lot about the past few months. One of the biggest things that I emphasized a lot in that video was you're not gonna do better until you choose to do better. Like, no advice video, advice that someone gives you will change your life until you actually choose to change your life. If someone gives you advice and you get inspired by what they say and you choose to like fix things, that's still you at the end of the day choosing to fix things. They just helped out. I was just in a really down place because, as I've spoken about a little bit before, which I don't want to go off too much about because it's really not a huge deal, but at the time it really did feel like it, and it still sometimes does, being honest. But I gained a little bit of weight over the summer, just emotional issues, family problems, and turned to food as an outlet. I was so stressed out about 8-10 pounds that I had gained, spiraled trying to get rid of it. Rare Beauty concealer, setting with a little bit of Laura Mercier powder. Back to the story. I did a 1-week juice cleanse. I like lost the weight. Afterwards, it just led me into such a spiral. I really thought, oh, I'll be fine. Like, no. It triggered my binge eating so much. For months, I could not get it under control. Every day was such a battle, binge eating and then punishing myself for it, making myself sick, and it was just a horrible cycle. Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. I obviously wanted things to change so bad. Even like the first month in, I was like, this needs to change, this needs to change. I call my mom crying every day. I don't know how this is gonna change. I would be on a new health plan, new diet, new health plan, new diet. What I realized is I was never really getting better because I was never really like committing, but also because I would keep up with the fad diets and it just wasn't working. So it was finally in like January, February where I was like, okay, if I can't fully stop this binging, like the number one thing I need to stop is punishing myself for it, like the being sick part, because in my head, like one of the reasons why when I would be in such an intense like moment of a binge, you know, as long as I get it out, I'll be okay. Not how it works. Just because you make yourself sick, like you still consume most of the calories. Like, it's a mental illness. It really is an illness. It's a sickness. I'm using my Tom Ford highlighting duo, pinky tone one and a gold tone. I like to use both. This is like, I feel like my key to like a beautiful glowy look. Back to the story. But yeah, my first step to recovery was not allowing myself, no matter what I had eaten, to let myself be sick, and to just let myself know that if I have a binge, that's on me and I have to deal with the consequences, and stop searching for an out, because to me my out was being sick, and that's why I was in this constant cycle of not being able to recover. That's why I just couldn't get over the binging, because in my head, like if I had a binge, it was okay as long as I made myself sick afterwards, which was making everything so much worse. And I remember specific moments where I really wanted to get better. That was when I started really feeling like the physical effects. Oh my god, look at this highlighter. Look at this glow. Slay! I'm like in the middle of talking about a really deep topic. Slay, look at my highlighter. Anyway, it was after a few months when I really started feeling my body, like all the physical effects. It scared me. For a while, after any time I ate, if I even leaned forwards, like I would be sick in my mouth, even unintentionally. My throat constantly hurt. My stomach always felt like it had this like burning sensation inside. I'm not gonna lie, it scared the frick out of me. It's what scared me to getting better. I was like, there is no way I can keep letting myself be sick. That's when I was like, okay, there's no out. This is not an out. And honestly, that's what helped me so much with stopping the binge. And like, it's been a few months of recovery. I'm not saying it's been a perfect route since. There's been slip-ups along the way. Every recovery is gonna have some slip-ups, but literally all about how you pick yourself up. That has made the biggest difference for me. Like yesterday, I ate a lot more than I would have wanted to, or I even felt comfortable with. But I found the number one thing is to forgive yourself and don't dwell and just get right back on track, figure out what triggered this, why did I do this. I realized the reason why yesterday I ate a lot more was because I realized the day before that I'd worked out really hard and didn't really eat much that day. So obviously yesterday I was gonna be extra hungry. And yeah, sometimes I find that I'm hungry even though I did eat a lot the day before. And then I'll look at my cycle app and I'll be like, oh, I'm in my luteal phase, like the phase which is like the week before your period. I'm like needing extra calories right now, because when you're on your period or on the week before your period, that's when you need to start upping your calories a little, eating some more carbs. By the way, this blush is Dior 250 Ball. Very pretty. I'm glowing. But yeah, this month I am really focusing on living according to my menstrual cycle, like eating and working out according to what phase I'm in, which I highly recommend, because I used to think I was insane for craving certain foods at certain times of the month. And I'd be like, why was last week so much easier than this week? Why am I so tired this week? And you'll just realize that, oh, I'm in my luteal phase, or oh, I'm about to menstruate, or why am I feeling so like happy and social and energetic? Oh, I'm like ovulating. I sound crazy, but trust me, it's true. I set my skin with the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray from Charlotte Tilbury. It just really helps add a little extra glow. I'm gonna set my brows with the Benefit Gimme Brow. Oh no, this is the 24 Brow Setter. I like to use the flat side with the product and brush through on the little brush side. But yeah, that's honestly partly how I really picked myself up. Another thing is, once again, just like simply the fact that I chose to. I was like, this is getting out of hand, and usually you will hit rock bottom before you pick yourself up. It got really bad before it could get good, but at least it's getting good. So I did a whole 6-week dopamine detox. I did get a little bit lazy with it because I did set some like rules at the beginning where it was like only 2 episodes of TV a day and only 2 hours of social media time a day, and I did not stick to that for the full 6 weeks. Let me just get that straight. However, wait, I'm gonna go heat up my eyelash color. The main point of a dopamine detox is to replace unhealthy dopamine hits with healthier versions, and I felt like I really did that, you know? I stopped turning to food as much for comfort, and I started going on longer walks outside, hiking, working out more, meal prepping, cooking from home, saving money, being more productive, getting work done, calling my mom, praying, journaling, just a lot of like therapy work. This is the Tartelette Tubing Mascara. That is just what helped me so much. And that 6-week dopamine detox finished last week, finished the day before the 1st of May. And I was like, well, what should my new plan be? I was like, I'm gonna do a 4-week ladies cycle challenge where I basically just learn about my cycle, all the different phases, the menstrual phase, the luteal phase, the follicular phase, ovulation, what I'm supposed to eat, how I'm supposed to work out, and learn about that and live according to that for a month and see how that improves my lifestyle. On my 1st week, I'm currently in my follicular phase. My body's getting ready to ovulate soon, which means I'm at my most like energetic, like social self. I want to work out harder, eat lighter, fresher foods. Yeah, that's my little life update. I feel like I sound like I've come back as a nut job. I'm really not. The girls that get it, get it. Another thing that really helped me is 2 weeks into my dopamine detox, as a little 2-week reward, I bought a 1-month pass to Hot Pilates, which meant that for the rest of my 6-week detox, I had to take a Pilates class 5 times a week. It just really helped me stay on track, the fact that I was paying for it. And this Hot Pilates studio is like expensive. $400 a month, like for a 1-month pass. I was like to my mom, I was like, I don't know what to do, it's so expensive, but they really are the best classes. And my mom like knew I'd been struggling, and she was like, okay, I will go halves with you on the condition that if I don't go 5 times a week, then I have to give her all the money back. That's like what really helped motivate me, and it's what I needed. And like doing that for a month with eating healthy and feeling good, whilst I'm still not in my top tier best shape, I see a huge transformation in my body a month. Just keeping that up. That's a little life update. But most of my makeup is done. Sometimes I like to leave it like this, or sometimes I will add winged eyeliner. I don't know if I want to do that today. I think I'm gonna, let's do my lips and complete the look, and then I'll decide if I want to add a little wing, because usually when I take Instagram pictures, I like adding the wing. I don't know what it is. I'm going off to go take Instagram pictures at the One Hotel in West Hollywood, because if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I always take pictures in this one specific location. It's like through the mirror, and if you're wondering where that is, it's literally in the bathrooms of a Harvey Nichols, which is a department store in Bristol. That is literally where I go to always get my Instagram pictures because the lighting in there's just really good. A few weeks ago, I was at a casting and it was actually weirdly at the one hotel. He had me going to the bathroom to go and change. And when I went in the bathroom, I was like, this looks really familiar. As in the lighting and the mirrors and the vibe. Gave me the vibe of those Instagram pictures I would take. So that's where I was like, okay, next time I need Instagram pictures, I'm coming here. And now that I feel confident again and I love myself, I'm like wanting to start posting on Instagram again. This lip liner is Dior 593 Brown Fig. And I'm using this Chanel matte liquid lipstick in 804 Mauvey Nude. A little bit and then like, look, it's like too dark for my liking. But obviously I want it to be glossy and shiny, so very pretty sparkly gloss in 629 Mirrored. Oh, so pretty. Ta-da! And that is the makeup look complete. I actually like to add one more spray of this airbrush setting spray. Give it a finishing touch. Nice little glow. Do I want to add a little wing? I'm gonna add a little wing. Okay, I'll be right back actually. Okay, I like that much more. Just see how a little wing just makes all the difference? This is my little glowy get ready with me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I loved gossiping and talking to you guys. Bye guys! Beautiful.